All right, thank you for wooing at the appropriate time. So my name is Pat Baer. This is the Improvised Postmortem. It is a comedy show on purpose. The jokes are because we want to do it, but we're making them up because it's improvised. How the show will work is I have a number of very funny and talented friends, and they're going to come up sometimes solo, sometimes in groups. They'll come to a podium, and then I will reveal the name of a fake video game. They will have not seen that name before. They will have no context for it. It's just a dumb thing I thought of. Then they're going to have some time, let's say 5 minutes, but whatever, to talk about said game. And they will do a postmortem. You may have heard of postmortems, like they're very well known in lots of game circles. GDC has lots of talks where people go, what went right and what went wrong with the video games that we all remember fondly, or sometimes games we forgot existed. And that's kind of like this. We're going to pretend these games are real, that you have affinity for them or you hate them, and you can't wait to find out how well they did in Europe or why no one bought it. And so what we're going to do right now is kind of to break the ice a little bit. I'm going to do one as an example. And what I will do is put this down. I'm going to take the podium here. Okay, I'm at the podium. Hello. So in the only piece of audience participation that exists in the show, other than laughing and clapping and having a good time, I'm going to ask you, sir, please, the name of a fake video game. Photographers Anonymous. Okay, so we envisioned this as not just a game, but as a brand and a lifestyle. It came out in 2015 only on Android, but all Android phones. And it took us several years because they kept bringing out new Android phones during development. So that was our biggest. We'd kickstarted, we'd raised $100,000. The game ended up costing $700,000. We had to take out several loans, max out our credit cards, borrow money from our parents. I was the head of a team. We started out as 15. We ended as 3, but we put out the game. The idea was simple. You take photos anonymously and put them on a website, and then other people rank them. We thought no one else had ever done that before. We were wrong. In fact, the very idea of the photos being anonymous led to people not wanting to use our app. But we found one core demographic that loved our app: perverts. We were very popular perverts. To our surprise, we did not envision perverts loving our app and using it pretty exclusively to take photos anonymously. And it sold pretty well. Now, it was used a lot. It didn't sell particularly well. It was pirated quite a bit. That is a downfall with both the Android platform and perverts. They like to steal things because they have a different sense of social and moral justice than you and I. But at the end of the day, we did make our initial $100,000 investment back from Kickstarter. And some of our parents are talking to us still. And only one of us was arrested. And I think that that is an achievement. So thank you very much. So it's just like that. It's just like that. We're going to see some solo acts. You're going to see some duos. There's a trio. It's great. We're going to let a few folks kind of come in here. Got a few latecomers. Thank you all for coming out to this show. I think I've said enough. I had a wonderful example for all of you. And now I'm going to bring out our first presenters. So please give a warm welcome to, Danielle Riendeau and Abby Russell. And I'm just going to chill over here. So, Danielle, Abby, thank you for doing the show.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for having us.
We're very excited. Everyone here can't wait to hear about Big Truck Simulator 2015.
Wow, yes. I mean, we didn't make a lot of money from this game, but we did get Vin Diesel to narrate it.
Exactly. That was really, like, you know, I've had a Vin Diesel poster, like, above my bed since I was, like, 4.
Yes.
You know, I knew, when I was 4, I saw Vin Diesel, and I was like, that's the man I want to narrate my video game about big trucks. And, you know, to me, my heart was fulfilled.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, I think one thing we did get right was how big the trucks were, you know?
Yeah. You couldn't fit it in this room.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
All right? You know, that's what I'm saying. So we definitely had some scale issues, you know, when it came to how big the trucks were, because we really wanted to get, like, really good reference photos for those trucks. So we put, like, 10 trucks, normal trucks, together, and we were like, all right, that's a big truck.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes when you're making trucks, you think, okay, do I want big wheels? Do I want big seats? Do I want a big steering wheel? Or do I just want a lot of those things?
Yeah.
And it was kind of hard to find the balance at some points, but I think we really nailed it.
Yeah. You know, sometimes feature creep happens. You know, okay, we had 47 cup holders in the cab of the truck. That's the word.
Yeah, but you saw how big those seats were, so.
Oh, yeah, you could fit like 18 puppies.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
And a lot of people did. You know, I think our fans were really the biggest fans of puppies and big trucks.
Well, we did have that Labrador DLC that came out for it. It was a pretty big seller.
That was pretty much our only seller, but but it did great.
Yes, and although the game was a technical and financial failure, we are going to be releasing a VR version soon, so please keep your eye out for that.
Really puts you right in that cab.
Yes, absolutely.
With your lab.
Yes. Have you ever wanted to feel very small in a very large truck? Well, now you can.
Yeah, it also comes with a custom controller. We had Mad Cats help us out with that. Yes. Yeah, it's really good. It's like it's really big.
It's very large.
So I have to use my full body to use one of the pedals. I have to just get out there and just.
Yes.
You know, but then it goes really fast.
I know.
So, you know.
At the end of the day, it is worth it. You think that with big trucks, you need them to go very quickly, and they do. They absolutely do. But also, they can cover so much ground in such a small amount of time. They can go quite slowly, actually. So that's sort of one of those things that we figured out early on. Yeah,
we even have like little miniature trucks inside the truck to actually transport things from one end of the truck to the other.
Absolutely.
Especially things like puppy food.
Yes.
You know, they get hungry a lot. I know. We did a lot of research.
Yes. So, a lot of our money went into research. A lot of our time went into research. I own 47 trucks currently. So if anyone is in the market for a big or small truck, please talk to me. Please, God, talk to me.
Yeah, and if you're interested in some angel investing, especially for that VR version, you just talk to us. We've got business cards and, like Abby said, trucks.
Yes,
trucks for you.
A lot of trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank
you so much. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much to Abby and Danielle for talking to us about your game. Look forward to having one of my friends play the VR version and letting me know how it is. I can't afford that shit. No way. I got that weird thing for Android phones, the Gear VR. That thing kind of works. It kind of does. I wouldn't say go out and buy it, but all right. I'm going to bring to the stage our next presenters. I can't wait to hear about their game that everyone knows and loves. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Aaron Trites.
Hi, Pat.
Aaron, thank you so much for coming out today.
Thank you for having me.
I think everyone here has been, they waited in line for this. They can't wait to find out about Friendship and Good Times 4. Right there, if you want.
First of all, I'd like to thank the assembled development team and our publishing branch for Friendship Good Times 4. It is with great sadness that I announce that Friendship Good Times Studio is officially closing. I know, and I want to let everybody know that I really appreciate all the hard work that you put in. It wasn't all good times, if we're being honest. And I think that we as a studio, we've worked together long enough now that I owe you the truth. This was my ship, and I'm the one who sunk it. So I do feel a sense of responsibility for that, and I want to make sure that that we can kind of we can run through how we got here. After Friendship Good Times 1 through 3, we just thought that wave was never going to crest, and unfortunately that was not the case. I think the first thing that we need to acknowledge is that we had some unbelievable competition in the marketplace this holiday season. The Good Friends Fun Times series, they beat us to market by a few weeks, and they outspent us at retail in a way that we just could not compete with. So we had a lot of ground to make up for there, and we tried our best, and I really think that we as a studio worked together. I will say I'm incredibly proud of our attention to detail on the community side. We hired almost entirely from our own community, from Friendship Good Times 1 through 3, which turned out to be the worst mistake that we could have made. The initial design specs that estimated that online multiplayer, for example, would only take a day to implement was wildly inaccurate. So we ended up spending a lot more time and money that we could have spent at retail trying to compete. So we just fell short there. But the community spirit was there. The community spirit was strong. We spent a lot of time trying to bring the friendship and good times to people. We attended as many community events as we possibly could, both locally and abroad. We attended all 58 PAXs over the course of last year. We were able to spend the 2 weeks that we were still in the office when we were not at PAX, and I think that we accomplished a lot of really good work in those 2 weeks where we weren't actually at a PAX. And yeah, that's the friendship is it's a two-way street. I'm a friend to you, and you've been a friend to me. So I just want to let everybody know I will be waiving the 30-day non-compete clause. So I wish you all the best of luck as you search for more friendship and additional good times in the gaming industry. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Aaron. Quick question: is everyone in this room? Did they all work on the game?
Yes, which was another problem that we had.
That's why they were so excited to come here. Yes. They really wanted to get answers about what happened.
Yeah, friendship and Good Times 1 through 3 we were able to create with an incredibly lean team. We had 30 people. We were working. It was very agile. Mm-hmm. And then in an attempt to compete and beat our competitor to marketplace, we hired just over 500 people in Q3
that had bought the game and liked it, and you were like, please come work on our new game.
Well, I do think that at least everybody in this room bought the game. Everyone involved in the dev team had purchased the game. So thank you again.
Thank you so much, Aaron. Nobody jokes about community better than community managers or former community managers. Also, it was announced, no joke, it was announced today that PAX East is going to be a 4-day event next year. It's going to be Thursday through Sunday, and yeah, for real. It's the first week of April at least. It's not March. It's not Boston March, but it is fucking 4 days. Oh man. Anyway, now that I've bummed out several developers who are in the room, I'll bring out our next crew of independent developers. They made a fantastic game. I can't wait to hear about it. Please welcome Tokyo Style, which is Dave Lang, Kelly Wallick, and Liam Raum. Please come up. Round of applause to Tokyo Style.
We all just podium? Yeah. All right, we're all doing it.
All right, and I want everyone to hear that shout out. So Tokyo Style, I can't wait to delve into your game, the Pizza Hut Collection.
So,
a lot of fans out there.
Yeah, I want to thank the whole team for being here. I know a lot of times when the game's done, the last thing you want to do is talk about the game, everything that went wrong. Let's go around the room and just recap. I know we all know because we're teammates, but let's talk about the roles we had on the team. Kelly, first.
All right. I was a designer, biz dev, marketing, HR, accounting, and a little bit of legal.
Okay.
I licensed the physics engine.
Okay, smart.
It's great.
I was a speed tree artist, which was a problem for this title specifically. I had a lot of success in Far Cry at Montreal Ubisoft. I thought I could go anywhere and shine, and Tokyo style just wasn't the case, but let's get on with it. Do you think launching on the Ouya was a mistake?
Well, no. Because I don't know if this would have sold anywhere, really.
I mean, honestly, to be fair, I think the biggest issue was that we had the Pizza Hut Taco Bell combination deal going, and then the Taco Bell part fell through. Which I think was really, I care about Taco Bell. I care very much about the Pizza Hut Taco Bell combination.
Did we need to ship the game with a sneeze guard?
Listen, we all know licensed product is hard. It's hard enough to make money doing whatever you want. When you have to give Pizza Hut a 67% cut of your revenue.
Right.
And then on top of that, all the other previous Pizza Hut developers, 1 through 7 for this collection, we left with like 2%, which probably in hindsight, did you negotiate that deal?
I did.
Okay. So physics engine and licensing.
Oh yeah, all licensing.
Okay.
And budget.
So, how much budget were we left with after all of those licensing fees?
I stopped doing the budget. Full disclosure, I stopped doing it because I also had to code the game.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I would say, actually, I think when it's all said and done, I'd say like 0.025%.
Subs, I'd say that's normal industry standard, I think.
Yeah, I'd say that's about accurate. Yeah.
All right. So with this Illuminous budget, after Kickstarter, we went to the community again. We threw up a PayPal link. We threw up a Venmo link. And after that was done,
I started doing Uber.
Yeah.
just to make ends meet.
Also a little pizza delivery.
Yeah. So yeah.
Uber Eats.
And in between all those fundraising events, we had about 3 hours a day to make the game. You'd think it'd be easy because all we have to do is take these 7 wonderful Pizza Hut games, slap them into a collection, but the problems we ran into, Liam. I'm sorry, I know this is emotional for you, I'm sorry.
Okay, so first of all, I thought it was an RPG. Yeah.
I think they were looking more for an endless runner.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Endless runner was
my bad.
That was the goal.
Right, that was my bad.
You were tasting the pizzas, like all.
And then when I found out it wasn't an RPG, I shouldn't have tried to make it an RPG.
Probably a bad, not great in hindsight. Not great in hindsight.
That was a problem.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a couple 2 to 3 hour experience. We were going 60, 90 hours of gameplay, 400 endings.
Kelly,
9,000 sprites.
We had a lot of pushback from the community about the way we edited some of the content in Pizza Hut 3. Could you talk about that for a minute? Because I know the fans probably want to hear about what we removed.
Actually,
No, I will not.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Sorry.
So I guess that's the postmortem. Thank you very much.
Oh, great. Okay. Is Liam okay? Liam, are you okay?
Well, I actually had to step away for legal reasons. Like, we can't be on the same stage.
Oh, that was legal. That wasn't emotional. That was legal.
We can't, right?
Okay.
We're, I would say I own 51%.
Pending litigation.
Yeah, pending litigation. Yeah. I own 51% of Pizza Hut 3.
No
she owns 49.
Not
the other way around, goddammit.
I did have one question. Hey, Dave, how many trees were in the game?
In the game or the collection?
The collection. I'm sorry, the collection.
So there were...
Okay.
There were 0 new trees in the collection.
Okay.
But they would have been really fucking fast.
Yeah, I mean, speed tree.
I built a lot, and they were not GPU intensive at all.
Nice.
They animated, and fuck.
I feel worse about this game now than I did before.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't think I fully confronted what happened on the Pizza Hut collection until right at this moment.
I mean, at least it was a beloved franchise for the SNES, and then everyone was very excited to have it on modern consoles and very sad.
I can still can still hear the theme song, Pat. Remember the theme song?
I was just like that. Pizza Hut 3.
Eat your fucking pizza! Pizza! Eat that pizza!
Yes.
What?
Pizza collection.
That was the 80s. That was the 86 version.
Yeah, I mean,
real urban.
The Japanese original track was much different. But they had to add in a little rap for the American audience.
Thanks a lot, Nintendo Treehouse.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right, give it up once more time for Tokyo Style. Thank you all so much for coming out. We all had such high hopes. It's that thing where you remember it being amazing and then you're confronted with the reality that you just liked bad video games when you were a kid. That's all it is. I'm going to say at this point, a thing I didn't say at the top of the show, which is there's two halves to the show. We got 2 more presenters, but after that, we are going to have the lightning round. And the lightning round is going to be, I'm going to bring up all our presenters because they made so many games together in different combinations. And we're going to do a quick lightning round based on classic games from the past that my Twitter followers tweeted at me. And I picked the ones that I was like, yep, that's good. It's just an array, and that will be the second half of the show. But right now, we're going to keep it going. I'm going to bring up our next presenter, the venerable Jeff Gerstmann.
Hello, hi, thanks for coming, hello.
Jeff, thank you so much. We're going to talk today about a game that is, just came out. It's a little unorthodox. It's just been released yesterday. The press materials went out about it. I'm talking, of course, about Shadowverse PAX Bathroom Edition. Yeah. And if you didn't see this photo, here it is. These are women's restrooms here at PAX. Have this image for Shadowverse.
That's
the PAX Bathroom Edition.
That's our key art.
Yeah.
That's we're pretty proud of it. Getting out there about the carrots, and I want to thank you all for coming. It's been a real whirlwind 24 hours. The midnight launch events they happened, and we were very thrilled with our retail partners for kind of keeping up their end of the bargain. The 7-Eleven was open all night for us. It was great. The shipments of the games didn't show up in some territories, but that's okay. We were able to meet our pre-order numbers just fine. 7 copies have gotten out there, and we hope that they're enjoying the game. We can talk a little bit, day one here about the critical reception to Shadowverse. So far, let's see here. I can get an updated look here. Our Metacritic here is 62. And, that's fine. That's really, if you think about it, the reviewers that we chose to work with, the outlets we chose to send copies to early, we thought would understand a title with the depth of Shadowverse, but clearly, some checks didn't clear or something. I don't know what's up with those guys. So we're not really relying on the critical opinion. We think that number will come up in the days to come as, the outlets that are not really on the list for our marketing team, the PR firm we decided to work with, maybe some more copies will get out there, and we think that number will come up when it gets into the hands of true fans. We could talk about, the reception all day long, but, it's early days yet. We still have a lot to learn there. But, let's, kind of bring it back around. We can talk about some of the development of the game. I know most of the development team couldn't be here. They're currently working on, our day 2. It'll be our day 5 patch by the time it gets out there, I guess. We ran into a few problems. It turns out that if I'm reading this right, from what I saw on the message boards earlier, for some percentage of players, somewhere in the high 80s, the carrots don't appear. And that's an A bug we should have caught. I would have thought that maybe would have even gotten kicked back through submission, but that made it into the shipping build, and they are working on new carrots. We're pretty excited about the carrots. I would have thought that we would have had the carrots, but no carrots. But that leads us to, the real problem here is we're out there marketing a game right now that can't be found in stores and is so far getting a bit of a drubbing. And also our marketing firm seemed to think that the best way to market our game was to put signs up in the women's bathroom with our key art on it and have it say, "Drop your carrots here." We are working with our PR team. We hired a separate crisis PR team to have a statement out. We're hoping by end of business we'll have something out there in the press's hands about this, and we are looking to talk to the people of PAX Bathroom, our licensees, to see if there's any way that they can take the art down. We are looking to replace it. We've got a picture of an exploding Jeep, and it says, "Fucking Shadowverse," but instead of the U and the C, it's 2 carrots. So we're hoping that that'll still convey the type of fun attitude we want to have with Shadowverse, without maybe some of the creepy connotations that really we should have seen coming. I mean, honestly, we've made a huge mistake. But I've played the game start to finish multiple times, and I'm very excited about it. And I just hope that, when the next Steam sale rolls around and we maybe get it into some more players' hands, that we can find a base. Some people say it was maybe a little risky to put out a game that won't start unless you have 18 participants ready to go. But that's something that probably when we get down from the $60 price point down to somewhere a little closer to the wheelhouse for this type of game on Steam, $3.99. Maybe we'll find
Jeff, could I ask, are there any PAX Australia plans?
Oh, well, unfortunately, yes, there are.
Oh. Oh, no.
We made our... I'm doing what I can, but, we spent all this money up front. We were very excited to get Shadowverse off the ground, and the marketing team was like, if we buy early, we can get all the PAXs. And so we're proud. Well, no, we're going. Well, that art will be in the bathrooms at PAX Australia, unless we can find a way to stop it. We have sent a telegram, but at this point, it's not going to arrive in Australia until 4 days after PAX Australia starts, and I think that's as long as it is. So I don't know of any other way to reach anyone in Australia. Does anyone have? Is there a faster Australia? No.
Not that I know of.
Well, in the meantime, I would really appreciate it if all of you here, if you look under your seats, there's a copy of Shadowverse there waiting for you. If you could just get to a computer and install it and just launch it and just play with anyone who might have bought the game, so they don't refund it, that would really mean a lot to me and the team. And we're really hoping that the game will be playable by year's end. So thanks, everyone. And please don't forget, if you buy the season pass now, you will get an extra skin for the carrots when the carrots are in the game. We've got green carrots. We're very excited about them. Thank you. Green carrots.
Thank you, Jeff Gerstmann. So Shadowverse has been described to me as Hearthstone, but with anime girls in it. And honestly, that should just be the advertisement. Because I like Hearthstone, but it doesn't have anime girls in it. So, or enough, I guess. And also that image is terrible, and I'm sorry. But it came out yesterday. It had to be in the show before it got to be old news. All right. I'm going to bring out our last presenters before our lightning round begins. Can't wait to hear from this team. They're pumped. They're ready. They're wearing sunglasses. Please welcome Kris Straub and Kate Welch. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
No, it's no problem. Our pleasure.
Everyone here is very excited to hear about your game, Dawn of the Honor of Heroes Company.
First of all, I just want to say thanks, everybody, for your support. Thank you for making us all millionaires, because we are doing very well, let me assure you.
I'm so pleased to report we have sold 300 million copies of Dawn of our Honor of Heroes Company.
No, we killed it. We killed it. We cracked the secret. We're talking about something that's never been done in the games industry before.
There's a few special things.
Well, yeah, of course we did more than one incredible thing.
Yeah, we did. We kind of did all of the incredible things all at once, and it worked. So, what do we got? Tell him, Kris.
Listen. I'm going to talk about the business first. And then we're going to move to the incredible creative environment that we've fostered among our community, our fans. First of all, I don't know if anybody else realized this, but on Kickstarter, we determined that there is a way to keep your Kickstarter open.
Indefinitely.
And we, right now, are on our 31st stretch goal.
Yeah, just keep stretching, baby.
And, you know, the fans are pumped, people are amped, it's got momentum, it's got word of mouth, and we just keep saying the things that we're gonna do.
Yeah. Are we gonna do them?
Yes.
Yes.
We will. We're gonna do each and every one of them.
Eventually. Eternity's a long time.
For the backers. It's for the backers, you know, and it's the kind of thing that they want. And another thing I think that it's very near and dear to me and special to my heart is that, you know, there's too many industry insiders, and we're coming at it from a non-game development perspective.
I mean, okay.
I don't play them.
Me neither.
And I think that's important.
Now, Kris.
Yeah.
Did you ever play our game that we made?
No. Why would I do that?
I don't know. That's a great question.
It's got a great title. The word honor is in the title.
The word dawn is in the title.
People like the word dawn. We tested each of the words separately. And then we brought them together in a separate focus group. We had a control, and then we had a double-blind experiment. We had somebody who didn't know English just said the word honor in a room and measured how much applause there was. And that put us on the right track.
Right. We did not measure all of the words put together at the same time. That's the key.
Yeah. It's that element of surprise.
Yes. No one saw this one coming.
We're selling DLC. There's no game yet. We've got a lot of cosmetics, a lot of different packs, weapons that are not implemented, but you can download files. I mean, right now there are placeholders on your phone. iOS doesn't have a traditional file system. So you can basically just put whatever you want in there, and they think like it's a huge download. And it's not gonna run yet.
No, not yet.
It doesn't run yet.
Not yet.
It doesn't run yet.
It's fine. Do you know how many files are in our game? Like, a lot.
It's a lot of files.
And I think that's what the people crave.
Yeah. You know how many files? It's actually just one file. But it's one big file.
Yeah. We didn't compress it.
It's a giant file. It's pretty raw.
Yeah. So usually in a postmortem, the way it goes is you talk about things that went well and things that went poorly. But I can't think of anything that went poorly.
No. We're killing it.
Thanks so much.
And we have each of you to thank. And as you are our backers, I think it's important to say that you mean a lot to each of us. And
thank you, guys.
And every time. Every time I step onto one of the yachts that I had built onto another yacht, I just think about how lucky I am to work in an industry where fans are only positive people that are good with nice things to say.
No one ever gave me shit for being a woman.
True.
Thank you so much.
Anyway, we're also on GoFundMe. We just launched one. we're starting to check out some other routes of bringing in additional VC. So if you're interested, you can climb aboard there. Whatever system, platform, device you want this game on,
we'll support it.
Sure.
Let us know.
Whatever you need.
Anything. Graphing calculators, I see you. I know what you like.
Oh yeah, the TI. We didn't forget about you. We never forgot about you.
I think we've said enough.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kris. Thank you, Kate. Thank you all very much. Wow. So happy to hear from a success story. We heard a lot of games that went wrong, development that went wrong. So nice to just have a winner come here and let us know how their kick-ass game is doing. All right. Well, we're going to do a lightning round. So how the lightning round works is, like I said, I asked on Twitter like a week ago, hey, what are fake names for games? If I like them, they'll show up in the panel. And people sent me names of games. I'm going to bring up a couple people each time to quickly talk about the pros and cons of their game. Let's have Aaron Trites and Dave Lang come up. And y'all are going to tell me about Help, I Think I'm an Alien.
So this was our first autobiographical game.
We wanted to motivate people to get the help they needed, right?
Yes.
Like, we want to do two things. Help people and sell 1 million fucking copies.
Yes. And I think by putting the word help in there with the exclamation point.
Bang, help bang.
That help, yeah, help bang, that was full disclosure.
That's my idea.
That was, yeah, help bang was Dave's idea. That was the internal name that we used in development.
Yeah. A lot of companies like to go with like one syllable code names. Like the deuce.
Yeah, the
deuce. That's what we call you at the
studio. That's what call me at the studio. And out of the studio too. Anywhere is fine for the deuce.
What? All right, thank you gentlemen so much. Lightning round. I said it was a lightning round. Lightning round means there's a lot of these. All right, Danielle and Kate, come on up and please talk about our next game. I'm going to say the name of the game while you come up. Don't buy this game, the game. Best thing, worst thing about don't buy this game, the game.
Reverse psychology.
That's right.
Right?
We want you all to buy it, but we tell you not to buy it. Because I know this whole, generation millennial here, I've been reading a lot of books.
Yeah, and we know you guys, I see a bunch of bad boys, bad girls out there. It says don't buy this game, you're like, ooh, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yep.
I can see that.
The best thing was it was a walking simulator. And instead of looking at things, you just kick them. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick up this journal. Boof.
Yeah. I mean,
Best game of the year. Thanks so much. All right, let's get Abby and Jeff. Abby and Jeff, please come up and talk about your fantastic video game, Mario Baker.
I think our biggest problem with Mario Baker was that we really probably should have signaled more clearly that this was about a man who owned a pizzeria and not actually the Mario of video game fan.
Yes. There was a little bit of brand confusion there.
Yeah.
We gave him a beard rather than a mustache. Full beard, no mustache.
And it said a B on the hat instead of an M. We're like, that's probably enough.
Yeah, we thought we made it pretty clear. Mario's a plumber, Mario's a baker.
Yeah. Different Mario, different quality of product. Unfortunately, Nintendo has sued us, and we are closing our doors as of today. So if you could please...
Wow, that's tough to hear. Thank you so much. All right, let's have Kris and Kelly come on up. Kris and Kelly, please come and talk about your joint venture, Horse Whisperer VR. A fan favorite.
Listen, there was a scaling problem to begin with. You couldn't reach the ear of the horse.
Yeah. There's also a bit of an issue. I'm terrified of horses.
Yeah.
So this was a very, very difficult game for me to work on.
Yeah, the horses were not actually on screen at any point. We do imply them heavily using audio prompts and so forth.
Yeah,
and a lot of text.
Technology.
Yeah.
Hey technology.
But people don't want to read a book in VR, apparently.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. Liam. Liam, why don't you come up and we'll talk about we'll talk about the game we made together, just the two of us. It did very well. It's called Daddy Dome.
Daddy Dome.
Everyone loves it.
There was one problem. I think it was too much about race.
See, and this is where we differ, because I don't think it was enough about race.
Oh, okay. All right. So now you're going to go down that road again.
I think it's too much about daddies and not enough about race.
Well, there was 0 domes in it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I will admit, 0 domes.
My dad hated this game.
My dad loved it. Liam, thanks so much. We'll agree to disagree. All right, let's do Jeff and Abby. Jeff and Abby, come on up. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about your game, The Island of Dr. Yoshi.
So another one with a little bit of brand confusion.
Yeah. Yeah, we thought that this was going to be a big game, breaking open the insides, the inner turmoil in the Bitcoin market. But that guy's name is Satoshi.
Right. Right.
And I just was thinking of the video game thing.
Right.
As a dinosaur or something.
I don't know.
And
anyway, it's a passion project. We think you guys are going to like it a lot.
Yeah.
It drops at midnight.
Yeah, and I don't want to like spoil too much for you, but there are 2 islands. Watch out for
All
it.
right.
Watch out.
Thank you so much. Let's have Aaron and Danielle. Aaron and Danielle. Come to the stage and talk about your game, Games Journalism Simulator 2017. And someone emailed this to me. Don't worry. It's fine.
A lot of heart and soul went into this one, a lot of market research. I dated many game journalists. Yeah.
I dated none so that we would have an even perspective.
Oh, yeah, that was very important. That was very important because my perspective was maybe overly positive.
Yeah. I did go to journalism school.
Oh, good.
It did take me 8 years.
Yeah, yep.
So that stretched out the production, the timeline for the game.
We took our time, you know, and to do proper journalism, you know, especially in 2017, you take your time. You take forever. You take weeks. You run everything by everybody who ever had anything to do with the story, and then you have a journalism.
Yeah, and I think we know now, after those 8 years, I think we know what games are, and then I think once we figure out what journalism is, we'll have a hit on our hands.
We'll be in good shape.
Great shape.
Yeah.
Great, thanks so much. Let's have Kris. Kris, let's come on up and we'll talk about the game that you and I made with a crack team. We were the leads on Super Submariner 64.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of fun to do these kind of throwback games nowadays.
Yeah. It's a modern game.
Yeah. But
for the Nintendo 64.
Yeah. So there's some difficulty finding, you know, distribution and people who owned a working Nintendo 64. We visited a lot of McDonald's play places to see if we could acquisition, you know, some of those old consoles and bundle them.
Yeah.
But there are not that many of them.
Yeah, collectors really enjoyed it though, so that was fun. We're doing pretty good on that.
It was super though. It was a super, like there was something with that chip for F-Zero. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, we put a super chip in there.
We did something with that chip.
Yeah, we put you had to use the 8 RAM thing in the 64.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, we added a bunch of cool stuff though.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun, and I had a great summer that summer.
Yeah, it took us a whole summer.
Well, I feel like we became better friends as a result.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kris. Yeah. Well, sorry. Yeah. I was holding something. I couldn't shake his hand. All right. Let's do Kate and let's do Lang. Dave Lang, Kate, please go up and talk about your classic game, Crunch Daddies.
Well, being a daddy and having gone through extensive crunch, I felt I was in a position to make this game. Boy, was I wrong.
It was so wrong. This game sucked bad.
The RPG was probably a bad call.
Yeah.
Probably a bad call. I thought people wanted to understand what it was like to be a daddy and go through crunch.
Abandoning your family, not taking care of your child.
That's kind of my hobby.
Oh, sure. I mean, I understand this was a passion project for you, but it was a little bit dark, actually.
Which family, though?
All right, this is too real. Get out of here. Go away. They got real and maybe sad, but definitely real. Let's have Liam and let's have Danielle come up. Liam and Danielle, please join us and chat about your game, Expiration Date.
Never played it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the most important thing we were going for was the concept. You were going on a date with somebody who was already expired.
Right. Yeah. Which legally you can't sell in 36 states.
Right. It's a little hard. We had some challenges, you know, but sometimes the dead are wonderful to see in this way, in this light. Sometimes you have to put a little makeup on them. You know, you light the candle.
They got to open up a little
dinner.
bit.
I'm talking about dinner. I'm not talking about other stuff.
No. That's gross.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. It was okay.
Yeah, I think
it was okay.
It was a new concept.
Yeah, it was a new concept.
So sometimes people aren't ready. Their minds aren't open enough, you know?
I'd like to take this opportunity to announce the Kickstarter for Expiration Date 2.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be out on 4/11, 2019. That's what we're aiming for. It's going to be real good.
It's going to be great. We're going to be millionaires.
Don't great. Die. Thank you so much. Let's get Kate and Kelly. Kate and Kelly, come on up, and we'll talk about your game, Fraiser TapTap, licensed. Fraiser TapTap.
Do you know how difficult it is to work with the Fraiser license? Like, you can't use the stuff that's in the show, but you can use the stuff that's in the fanfic, but then, like, you don't know who's arbitrating either one. It was a nightmare.
Being a little more Cheers than it was Fraiser, I think, was what, like,
yeah.
where we got in a lot of legal trouble.
Dude, don't even get me started on the Cheers franchise. That was awful.
I'm sorry, I know it was really hard.
It was really hard.
Yeah,
and
it was tough. It was a tough time for both of us. You know what? I feel like we got through it.
I think we did.
I think we did.
But you know what was even harder than that was the TapTap.
Yeah, TapTap was tough. TapTap was really tough.
All right, thank you so much. The TapTap was tough. Aaron Trites, why don't you join me and we'll talk about the game we made. Todd McFarlane teaches typing.
Todd McFarlane, most influential artist of the 90s.
Yes.
Like,
agreed.
without a doubt.
Yeah. Also loves education. We didn't know this when we came up with the concept. We approached him. We were like, what if you made a typing game? And he said, I already have. He did all the work.
Yeah.
We didn't develop the game. We only produced it.
Yeah, unbelievable. In addition to doing almost no comic book work in the 2000s, he's just thrown himself into it's typing simulator.
Yeah, and it's the only typing game that has action figures.
Yes.
And you know what? You know what? I'm proud of that.
The sculpts are gorgeous.
Beautiful.
And I think that even though, like, educational games not super hot, but I think the sales of the action figures, like the T alone, like that letter, I think will carry us through the end of the year.
I'm never worried ever again. Like, we're set for life. Aaron and I are set for life. We don't have to make another game if we don't want to.
That's sweet, sweet Spawn money.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much, Aaron. All right. Okay, let's go back to basics. Let's have Kris and Kate come up. Kris and Kate, why don't you come up to talk about Tom Clancy's Fate Epiphany Zero Engine.
It's a very similar story to what you guys heard before.
Well, first of all, Tom Clancy is dead, so we kind of could use the name. As long as we knew Tom Clancy.
Right, it's actually not, it's not Tom Clancy. The L is a capital I.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people can tell. You guys couldn't tell.
No.
Big seller.
The engine was 0 bytes, though.
Yeah.
We didn't do a good job on that.
All right, thanks so much. Let's have Abby and Dave. Abby and Dave come up and talk about Knuckles Double Dash. Kind of a departure for Abby.
I guess I should start it off then. Knuckles.
Am I alone in this thinking it was Knuckles Double Date when we started?
Yes.
Okay, because I was doing this whole workshopping a dating sim. You had Knuckles, you had Sonic, and they're like, let's go on a date. What should we do? And then next thing you know, you come in the meeting and you're like,
they have cars.
Garbage. It's garbage. It's not good at all.
I feel like the internet has kind of already tapped into them dating, so why do we want to double down?
Listen, I admit it was a kind of base thought. It was redundant in a lot of ways. We could have fanfic, all that stuff. We didn't. Instead, cars, dashing.
Look, there were a lot of internal struggles at our development company, and we are still getting through them.
Not the least of which is the no chemistry between us.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah,
I'm so
thank
sorry.
you, Pat.
Also, I'm sorry. Let's have Liam and Jeff. Liam and Jeff, please come and talk about your game, Masters of Beef. That was on many sites' top 10 lists last year.
Yeah, we're pretty proud of the reception for Masters of Beef.
Masters of Beef. All you masters out there, let me see you.
Masters, show me your beef. Show me your beef.
Show the beef. Show the beef. Yeah, masters. Yeah, get freaky.
So we're pretty much proud of every part of this game. The sky level is what we're really doubling down on for Masters of Beef Championship Edition, which we're proud to announce here. It's going to be all ready for all types of tournaments. And, pretty much any kind of, like, study groups you want to do.
When the beef drop, it drops hard.
That's right.
Woo!
The beef gonna drop in your face
That's the beef.
this holiday. Get beefed as hard as you can beef.
Suck that beef.
It's gonna be beef all up in your mouth. It's gonna be a beef grill. You're gonna grill the beef and then put the beef in your grill.
Master that beef.
It's Beef Master.
Yeah.
It's a whacking off simulator this time around.
Oh, cool. Thanks so much. Thank you so much. I didn't know. I didn't know what that game was about. Aaron and Danielle, will you come up here, talk about your incredible game, Wiggle Bear Plus.
So this was our whacking off simulator.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Danielle, don't go too far. Danielle, come on back. Let's talk about the game we made, City of Dawn, The Age of Uranium.
Yeah, this one was radioactive.
We know. You all love The Age of Uranium, and we did a prequel to it called City of Dawn, The Age of Uranium, and you hate that. We know, okay?
Yeah, I mean, it's fair because uranium really makes my skin itch a lot. Whenever I use my uranium soap in the shower, and it's really a problem sometimes. Have you heard about this uranium business?
Danielle, I asked you, when we do postmortems, don't work on your stand-up while we're doing postmortem.
Oh, I'm sorry. My arms were getting tired there for a bit.
I love you so much. Thank you for working on this game with Danielle. Thank you, Danielle. All right. I literally don't remember how many are left, but we have the time to keep going, so we're fucking doing it. All right, I'm just making my friends run up and down stairs. I just realized that. That's bad. Abby and Kris, come on up, and let's talk about the killing of Jovian Sovereign, a graphic yarn. I did not Google if that's a person or a place.
I mean, interactive novels I never felt are actual games, so I kind of was opposed to it from the beginning. It's just a bunch of pictures you click through.
Right. But there's a lot of money in them, so we doubled down anyway.
So we wanted to tell a yarn, so there's a lot of sailing in it.
Yes.
And I don't really feel like it fit the aesthetic. And but there was a murder that I thought would amp things up, but it turns out that Jovian Sovereign was already dead the whole time, which is such a giveaway.
I know. Yeah. Anyway, it's also a puzzler. So I hope you enjoy the puzzles in it. A lot of those tile move around
It's a lot of
stuff.
match three, some memory, you flip.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Thank you. Kate and Dave, please come up and talk about... Oh, that's it. Never mind. Go away. That's it. I told you I didn't remember how many more there were. What's a Jovian Sovereign? Someone knows. What? The King of Jupiter? Okay, something about Jupiter. I don't care. Oh, big surprise. Austin Walker knew what it was. Weird. That's so weird that Austin knew exactly what it was. Anyway, thank you all for coming. Give a big round of applause to all our game designers. I hope I didn't get any of them in trouble. Now's the part where I plug all my bullshit. League of Heels is on Sunday. I do 4-4ing it. It's like Tosh.0, but nice. So come to that. It's in this space on Sunday at 2:30. Tomorrow I'm going to use one of those streaming pods on the 4th floor and stream Hearthstone for like an hour. So I don't know. Because why the fuck not? I want to use one of those weird pods. They seem cool. And that's it. That's the show. Thank you all for coming out. I lost my voice somehow. Good night.